my name is Michaela and you're watching FunsizedStyle. I am very excited to share with you guys today's video because it is all about my very first hearing aid. If you've missed my last few videos, you would not know that I recently got my very first hearing aid. I talked a little bit about it in this video that I'll put in the iCard, but I wanted to make this dedicated video all about my new hearing aid, what type of hearing aid I got, the accessories that I have for it, my initial thoughts of it, and just what my first few weeks were with my new hearing aid. I'm not going to be talking about why I need a hearing aid, obviously, because I have very significant hearing loss, but as to what led to my hearing loss, I have a hearing loss playlist. I think it's called My Journey of Hearing Loss or Journey of Hearing Loss, something like that. I will link that in the iCard and in the description below for you guys if you'd like to get caught up. But there's a few things that I want to mention beforehand. I only have one hearing aid. My right ear is the ear that I have difficulty hearing with. The actual sensory nerves in my ear and in my brain are perfectly fine. Mine is a bone issue caused by recurring ear infections throughout my entire life almost. Previous doctors not knowing how to help or just saying that this was my new normal, and it led to me losing some of my hearing bones. What happened to my ear and what caused me to lose my hearing loss is something that could have been prevented if previous doctors would have been more attentive and more proactive in listening to what we had to say, what me and my family had to say, but we cannot go back, and I found two really great doctors that were able to collaborate and help me out. That's all that matters now, but I know a question that I'm going to get is, do people with osteogenesis imperfecta usually have hearing loss? And I covered that in my osteogenesis imperfecta Q&A. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get right into it. This video is not sponsored. Since I'm going to be talking about my hearing aid and the brand and everything, I just want you guys to know that this video is not sponsored and all my thoughts are completely my own. And for any type of medical advice or hearing device questions or health-related issues related to hearing, I don't know, be sure to ask a medical professional. And I'm not here to give you guys medical advice. I'm here to just share my experience with my new hearing aid. I have a bunch of notes written in my phone, but I'll first go ahead and show you guys what hearing aid I have and talk a little bit about it, and then before I go into sharing the accessories, I will go ahead and share my first few thoughts and things that I experienced during the first few weeks of wearing this. So this is the Oticon minirite-t hearing aid. Obviously, I have very tiny ears, and like I said, I only have one hearing aid. The hearing in my left ear is perfect, so thankfully I only need one. This is for my right ear, I think I mentioned that. This is the Oticon minirite-t hearing aid, and the silver part here is just, I don't know, the base of the hearing aid. I'll also try to do some close-ups for you guys. You pop this open, and this is where the battery comes out, and I'll show you guys what battery I use, or batteries. It only takes one battery at a time. To make sure that the battery doesn't drain, it's important to leave the battery compartment open at night when you take it out, because if you leave it closed, the battery will drain. So this hearing aid doesn't, the opening and closing of the hearing aid is basically the on-off switch of it. When it's closed, the hearing aid is running, and then when it opens, when you open it up to either take it out for the night or change the battery, then it is no longer running. The battery usage depends on a lot of different things. It depends on the kind of battery you use. It depends on the strength of the hearing loss. My hearing aid is Bluetooth, so I will go in and show you guys that as well. I'll do a little screen capture of it and show you guys how that works. So it depends at what level you have your hearing aid up, what your hearing aid is set at, like what your audiologist set it at, and then also depends on how often you change the volume up or down, depending on what environment you're in. Now each hearing aid operates differently. So I know a friend of mine has a hearing aid, and I don't know what brand it is. It has like different environment settings, but this person's hearing aid has like different environment settings. It has like a restaurant setting, a like noisy environment setting, like a quiet, just different environments, but mine doesn't have that, which is fine because I can adjust the volume or take it out or do whatever, so it's fine. What I'm saying is it just depends on what hearing aid you have. It depends on, like I said, the strength, and then also depends And because this is Bluetooth, this one is Bluetooth, I can do a lot of really neat things with it. I can listen to music, and I can also answer calls through my hearing aid. It is really, really awesome. And I kind of use that feature a lot, so my battery doesn't last probably as long as like the typical hearing aid battery. And what I mean by typical hearing aid battery, older people, they don't use Bluetooth typically, so their hearing aid batteries probably last them a lot longer. But my thought process is, if I have to use another medical device in my life, because I'm getting quite the collection now, I might as well have fun with them while I can. And the batteries are fairly inexpensive. My audiologist recommended that Amazon is the best place to look, or the most cheapest place to get them, and I looked in store at many different stores. I looked online at many different shops, and Amazon is indeed the best way to go. Some insurance companies will pay for batteries. Because my insurance did cover my hearing aid, and I'm very grateful for that. So my insurance that covered my hearing aid, I lose when I turn 21 next month. So I will be responsible for now paying for the batteries. So I did get a 3-month supply of batteries when I got my like care package, or like intro package. My intro package when I first picked it up, which again I'll show you guys the accessories. Battery life depends on all different kinds of things, and also depends on how often you remember to leave this open. This battery is dead right now, so that's why I am leaving it closed anyways, because I know it's dead. First put it in, you will hear this little ding ding ding, and that means it's on and it's running. And then when it's about to die, it will send you this really unique ding noise. It's very, not like crazy unique, but you know, like, hey, my hearing aid is about to die. This is the receiver. Again, I'll try to do close-ups. I should have planned to be closer, but this clear part right here is like what carries the sound from the hearing aid to the little dome to my ear. This clear dome-shaped rubbery thing is called the dome, and that's what goes inside my ear. Now, in the original fitting, we had to kind of mess with some different size domes at first to find one that fits. These are the parts of the hearing aid, and as far as the Oticon minirite hearing aid itself, this is what we decided to go with. My audiologist and I agreed, because my ear is so tiny. It's one of the smallest ones out there that would work for me because of my size. They also have different color options. They have, I think, at least the Oticon minirite and like this specific model, it had, I think, 5. They had like some different shades of brown and some tan, so you could like have it match your skin tone. But I feel like everyone's skin tone, you might have light skin or dark skin, like we all have different undertones in our skin. It's still not a perfect match, so it didn't really matter to me whether it stuck out or not, and I just really didn't like the nude color hearing aid colors. I decided to go with something a little bit more modern looking. I wanted white to begin with, but I guess they, like right before I ordered it, they quit making that, so I just switched my color to silver, but that's okay, it's really not a big deal. So that's kind of what my hearing aid looks like. I really love it. As far as the physical look of it and what it does and all of that, that's what it looks like. I'm not wearing it right now because I'm going to be referring back to it in certain parts of the video, so that's why I'm not wearing it. Now I want to go into my initial thoughts. I wrote a bunch of different things down in my phone so that I would remember, because I didn't want to make a video about it the very first, like I did, but then I thought, I don't want to make a video about it the first day. Like, what am I going to say? I love my hearing aid and now I can hear. Like, I wanted to be really in-depth. I wanted to be able to try the hearing aid in different environments and kind of share the challenges that I had and what I thought was not a big deal and what I thought was easy about it. I slowly started to lose my hearing about five years ago, so it's been a long time since I've had my normal hearing. The hearing part of it, the bones, that wasn't part of my disability. That was other doctors, again, not paying attention or listening well or really digging deep into the issues I was saying I was having, but the ear canal issue that also played a part, which getting the infections, which then caused the hearing loss, it was part of my disability. So it's been a long time since I've had perfect hearing. I just wrote down a bunch of stuff. I want to talk about each thing, so if I'm looking down at my phone a lot, that's why. I try to write like a lot of different details to kind of just share the process with you guys. So I was really nervous when they first was like, okay, because once the hearing aid came in, because I had to get a hearing test like right before they ordered it to like prove to insurance, yes, she's like can barely hear in her right ear, but they needed like a super updated one when I had to go for an appointment and then to get it fitted and decide, not to get it fitted, but decide what one to get and what settings I would need. And so when it finally came in, I went back down and got fitted, and that's when I got to take my Oticon minirite hearing aid home. So on the day of the fitting, this is all, these first few things are from the day of the fitting. I was so nervous when she was like, okay, we're about to turn it on. So like we're in this like more quiet room, it was just two of us in there. So she was like, okay, I'm about to turn it on. You're gonna hear things that you haven't heard in 5 years. And so I was like nervous. I thought it was gonna be like, boom, like it was just this like alertness. I was like so nervous, like I was actually shaking a little. I didn't know what to expect. She just said it was gonna seem loud, like she didn't make that big of a deal of it, but I was just nervous, like I don't know, I was so nervous when she was like, okay, I'm gonna turn it on. She turned it on and I was like, wow. They could just see my eyes light up, and I wish we would have vlogged, but it's a little bit awkward for me to vlog in doctor's appointments yet. I don't mind vlogging out in public, but appointments, getting like B-roll and stuff, is like, I still can't bring myself to do it. But I really, really wish that we would have captured that moment. I took some pictures on the day that I got my hearing aid though, and you can just see the joy on my face of like, I can hear it. So I'll go ahead and insert those pictures. But those are the ones you also saw in the thumbnail. It was just the greatest moment, and my dad was in the room and my audiologist, and they just saw my eyes light up. It was almost like I was hearing for the first time, and even though my left ear is perfect and I've never lost hearing in that ear, you really, now I've realized why God gave us two, because in order to hear, you really do need two. I had gone so long without two that I didn't realize. And I remember when my surgeon who did my surgery in May, she was like, you're really gonna need a hearing aid. You would really, really benefit from it because your hearing is really, really, really bad. And so other people had brought it up to me back in the day, but it wasn't quite to the point where it is now. Now it's very, very depleted. It really was like I was hearing for the first time. It was amazing. I just wish we would have captured that moment, because you see some of those videos of babies like hearing for the first time when they get hearing aids, like baby, and like that's how I felt, and I'm like a grown adult, and so it was the most amazing feeling. We did have some challenges though when I first put it in. Like I said, we had to try different dome sizes. It took a lot of different fittings and trying different sizes. Luckily they had a bunch of sizes in stock. When I first put it in, I noticed instantly, like I had in my mind, I said, okay, there's gonna be things that feel weird about it. There's gonna be things that seem unnatural about it because I'm new to hearing aids. I have not heard normally in 5 years, almost 6 years. I knew that there was going to be some adjustments. However, immediately I noticed when they turned the hearing aid on, there was so many echoes, unnatural echoes. It was like I was on the top of a hill yelling, echo, echo, echo. It was so obviously echoey that I was like, I literally told her, I was like, hey, I'm a newbie to hearing aids, but I think there's already something we need to adjust. And that was why I went to get it perfectly fitted and tuned and all of that. And I was like, I know I'm a newbie, but I literally sound like I'm on the top of a hill. They did some adjusting to the settings, and it no longer sounds like I'm on the top of a hill yelling, echo, echo, echo. Like the echo was just so obvious. So that was something I was like, I can't leave here today if we're gonna have this echo. Like, that's how, like, in your face it was. So unnatural. It sounded like voices were in the distance. I forgot to mention that I did get a hearing test on the day of the fitting as well, because I hadn't had a hearing test since my surgery. My hearing did go down significantly since surgery. It was good that they knew to do that. So I immediately started not saying what. I remember when we first left the hospital that day and I was wearing my hearing aid for the first time, I was like, did you hear that? Did you hear that noise? Did you hear the birds? And like, he was just so excited and so happy for me, and I just kept saying like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Like, oh my gosh. So that was really, really cool. And I noticed immediately I wasn't saying what, like all the time. I didn't realize how much I said what until I got my hearing aid and I realized I wasn't saying it anymore. Like, what did you say? Huh? What? So that was an immediate change that I noticed, of course. So there's a few things that they forgot to show me. They showed me like how to change the batteries, how everything works, and they showed me everything that was in my kit. But there was a few things that they forgot to show me while I was there. I realized when I got home. So they forgot to show me how to change the domes because you're supposed to change them every so often, but that wasn't really easy to figure out. I was able to do that on my own. I have another friend that has the exact same hearing aid that I do, same model and everything, and she mentioned, like, did they show you how to clean it? And I was like, wait, what? Clean it? And she was like, yeah, you have to clean your hearing aid. And I was like, what? Not as in like, what, I can't hear you, but as in like, what are you talking about? So they've got to tell me or show me that I had to clean it, which is fine because she has the same hearing aid, so she'll show me how to do that. So as far as my first few experiences in public, I remember the day after I got my hearing aid, we went out to lunch, not for any particular reason, not to celebrate or anything, just to go out to lunch. And I had my hearing aid in, and we were at the restaurant, and oh my gosh, it was so loud. Like, even if I had my hearing aid turned down like really low, like, it was so overwhelming. I was like, I gotta take my hearing aid out. I had to take it out. I have a little pouch, which I'll show you. I had to take the hearing aid completely out, and my audiologist warned me that, like, I'm gonna have some of those experiences my first few weeks because I'm so new. I haven't heard perfectly in almost 6 years, and mind you, it was only day 2. I gave myself grace, took the hearing aid out at lunch, and then when we left the restaurant, I put it back in. But now I'm like totally used to wearing my hearing aid out in public in pretty noisy environments. There's certain restaurants still that are like a bit much for me, so I do take the hearing aid out, and that will take several months, they said, to get used to an environment like that. I wanted to share some of my oopsies that I had with it. 5 days later after I got the hearing aid, one night I got super tired, but I will remember to open the hearing aid because, like I said, you have to open the hearing aid to make sure the battery doesn't die, because the battery is supposed to last at least 5 to 7 days, again, depending on all those factors I discussed. And 5 days later, I got tired and left the battery compartment open, and the battery died through the night, obviously, because it died. You can't leave it open. So that was my first oopsie with it, and I knew I would have those. I'm an oopie. I'm still learning. I'm not used to having this additional medical device to manage. I gave myself grace with that. I have a few other things I want to mention about, like, my first. I figured this would be a good time to pause and show you guys the accessories that I have for it and everything that it came with. So they gave me this Oticon People First bag. I still have it because I like it, and it says Oticon, and I love my hearing aid. It came with, it's currently on my bed, but it came with like a bigger box, and it had two cases with it. There's a bigger one that's like hard plastic, and you like press a button and it opens. It's really cool. And I keep that one by my bed. It's really hard and sturdy, so if I like flare my arm and then I hear something when I'm turning, if I knock it over, I'm not gonna damage the hearing aid because it's in the case. It also comes with another travel case. I didn't like the travel one that it came with. I'll try to insert pictures. Like I said, they're by my bed. But the hard plastic one I use every night. But I have quite a few different cases with it. Some of these accessories I purchased myself, and then some of them it came with the hearing aid. So, like I said, the 2 black cases that I don't have right here. So here's the manual. To be honest, I have not even looked at it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It probably explains how to clean it, though. I should probably look at that. Although I'm not seeing that. Okay, maybe I don't. It just says how to mute it. Oh, you can also mute it. I did know that. I just forgot to tell you. Oh, there's a flight mode. That'll be good to know because I have some flights coming up. I did not know there was a flight mode. Interesting, interesting. I need to read more on that. That's cool. Okay, so maybe I should read the manual, but it really doesn't say how to clean it. Mine doesn't look like these in the picture. Replace the Pro Wax filter. But mine doesn't look like these in the picture. So my friend will show me. They didn't give me Pro Wax mini filter, I don't think. I don't know. I'll have to look. Obviously, it shows how to put it on and turn the battery on and off, or take the battery out. That's super easy. So it came with the manual. You should read the manual, kids. Very, very helpful. I'm going to cover this top part. It has my audiology clinic on it, what reception it is, and like what floor, and their phone number and everything. So you guys don't need to see that. These are the batteries. They're the Power 1 batteries, but my audiologist took the label off and put their own sticker on it. These are Power 1, and these are the ones they recommended. These are mercury batteries. I feel like you're not supposed to, something like a chemical like mercury near your ear. I don't know, that just doesn't seem safe. But I also heard that like mercury-free hearing aid batteries are not as good for the hearing aid. So if you have a hearing aid, let me know what your thoughts on that are. You know, I'm trying to have a more natural lifestyle, and the products I'm using, especially like with chemicals like mercury. So I also need to call around because these are zinc-air batteries, by the way. I don't know what that means, but they're really hard to recycle apparently. So I need to call around for a bunch of places and see where I can recycle these batteries, because I know it is possible to recycle them. So I've heard, I think. It's just really hard to find a place. One, because they have mercury in them, and two, because they are zinc-air batteries. If you wear hearing aid and you recycle your batteries, let me know where you recycle them down below. Obviously, once I lose my insurance after I'm 21, I'll still have insurance, but it won't cover hearing aid stuff anymore. I use the 312 batteries, so that's the size that I have for my hearing aid. So that's a little bit about the batteries. I've already gone through a whole entire pack of batteries. Like I said, because I use the Bluetooth feature constantly, I'm going to go through batteries like water, which is why I want to find a place to recycle them. It's got to be possible to recycle zinc-air batteries, because I would feel so bad throwing them away just because I'm going to go through so many. That's a little bit about the hearing aid batteries and which ones I got. I also want to go through the cases that I have for it this year. I'm going to think this is a little bit absurd, but let me explain. Here are the 3 cases that I have for my hearing aid and my hearing aid batteries. So let me go through these 2 first and where I got them and things like that and what I use them for. Obviously these are very handmade. I purchased these off of Etsy from an Etsy shop called Handmade by Corey K. I will link it in the description. I love to support small businesses when I can, and I couldn't find a small enough pouch for just hearing aid batteries on Amazon, so I went on Etsy to see if I could find anything, because like I said, Etsy, you can find really unique things, and I like to support small business when I can. I don't even remember what I searched to come up with this, because I feel like when I searched hearing aid battery pouch or hearing aid pouch, I couldn't find it, so I don't know what I searched to end up finding these, and I apologize, but I will link her shop down below. She makes tons of stuff, and she's only had 166 sales on her shop, but she has all 5-star ratings, and I see why. The shipping is super fast, her products are really high quality, and she includes a handwritten note in every single order, and oftentimes a bonus item. So just a really great shop. She has no idea that I even exist, so she obviously did not send me these. She did not sponsor this video, but this model of this bag is called the Itsy Bitsy bag, which I think is so cute because obviously they're itsy bitsy. Perfect for hearing aid batteries. Why did I get 2? So in this pouch I have hearing aid batteries that are dead, and then I'm going to eventually fill up this whole entire pouch with dead hearing aid batteries, and then I'll go and recycle them all at once when this pouch gets full. This pouch I have to carry batteries with me, because on your phone you can check the battery life. You can see kind of how it's going, and it goes pretty fast once it's starting to die, so that's why it's good to have batteries on hand, just because you never know if it might die, so I like to carry some with me. So these are the dead battery pouch, the ones that I'm going to go and recycle. I don't carry this with, actually I do carry this one with me, because I don't put my dead hearing aid batteries back in this one, because I wouldn't know which ones are good and which ones are good, so I carry both of these with me in my wheelchair pouch. Again, I just love her shop, so I will link it down below. If you have hearing aids, highly recommend the Itsy Bitsy bags. I recommend these bags, but she makes a ton of other stuff, all handmade and just great quality products. And I love these patterns. They're so bright and fun and pink. Love that. I'm so glad I found something so perfect for hearing aid batteries. And this is the pouch that I have specifically just for my hearing aid, but I just put my hearing aid in here when I'm in a really, really loud environment. If I feel the need, take it out, because like I said, when we're at the restaurant, this pouch was perfect to have. I purchased these cases before I got my hearing aid, so that I would have them when I got it. This pouch fits my hearing aid perfect. I like it because it's not super squished, but it's not rather large either, so I will link this pouch down below as well. I purchased this one from Amazon. Now we will go into I'll show you guys how the Bluetooth works, so I'll do a little screen capture here, or screen recording, so on your screen you will see how it works. I just go into my settings, and I scroll down to General, and then I go into the Accessibility tab. Now, I don't know how this works on Android devices. They do have this feature on Android devices. I just don't know how it works, so this is for iPhone. And then I scroll down to MFI hearing devices. I set this up in the office and all that. My hearing aid currently says not connected because the battery's dead currently. It's not connected, but from here it says Michaela Oticon Opn 3. I don't know what 3 means, but. And then usually when I click on this, I can adjust the volume, but because it's dead, I can't do that. But that's how I'm able to adjust the volume from my phone on here. So kudos to Apple for all the awesome accessibility features, and yay for Bluetooth hearing aid. My team also recommended I get a Bluetooth hearing aid because of my arms. It's difficult to reach back and manually. With this arm, because my bad ear is on my right and my arm is very uniquely shaped on my right, it's difficult for me to reach back and turn it up and down, so that's why the Bluetooth feature is pretty much a necessity for me. I'm able to put it in and out just fine though. Overall, as you can tell, I am loving it, and this hearing aid has just been a huge gift. Okay, so I'll show you guys the domes. So the other accessory I wanted to show you are these domes. So I have the MiniFit Power 8 millimeters. So I think that's what it is. So these are really easy to replace. I can do a video or something and show you guys how I like maintenance my hearing aid. But I don't see any of the filters they were talking about in the manual. So I'll check my big black box that they gave me. If not, oh wait, yes they did. Okay, so these are the Power, here they are. So these are the Power Wax Mini Fits. These are the only things that they forgot to show me. These are what they look like. They look real scary, but they're probably not. Thankfully, one of my good friends has the exact same model, like I said, so I don't need to make a whole nother trip to Ann Arbor just for that. The last part of this video, I will share some not fun updates right now about it, but I wanted to write down the good, the bad, what I love, what I hate, what's not working. Overall, it's a huge blessing, and I have no complaints about the device itself. It's a wonderful gift and a wonderful tool. Because I've had a few of you tweet me saying that you're not able to afford a hearing aid. There are programs that will help pay for hearing aids for low income. So just type in your state and type in financial assistance for hearing aid, financial assistance hearing aid, and then your state. And there's a lot of different programs that will help pay for hearing aids for low income. So there really shouldn't be a reason why people go without hearing aids. They're a huge gift, and if you have the ability to get one or need one, the resources are out there, and technology is amazing. This is where the not fun part comes in for me, and I really hate to end off this video on a negative note, but I will have other videos about my hearing aid coming. This video is just specifically sharing my hearing aid, the initial thoughts, the accessories that I have, all of that. Let me know if you guys found this video interesting. I don't know, I've never seen one of these on YouTube, so maybe this was boring as heck. Be honest, I don't care. So about a week and a half into it, my hearing aid started not staying in. And so I was like, well, that's ironic, and like, why would it not stay in? Because we got the dome fitted, and the first day I wore it, it was great, but I started needing to push the hearing aid in, because it has to go in pretty tight. I started having to push it in about 30 times a day, and I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. That's not okay. Your hearing aid should be, once you put it in, it stays in, unless you take it out, obviously. So I knew that wasn't okay. The first couple of days, I kind of put it off. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. But then after about, like, just several days, I was like, this isn't normal. So I called my audiologist's office, and they were like, oh, no. Try to put a new one of these domes on, and if that doesn't help, call us back. And so I did that, and inevitably it did not help. So they suggested that I get a custom dome. So I have to get a custom dome. I went for the appointment for it. I wanted to wait to make this video until I got the custom dome, because I wanted to just say, and here's my custom dome, and like show you guys. But it's gonna take so long to get it. I wanted to get the video up for you guys, because there's still parts of it that I absolutely love, and it's still a huge gift. And I want to share with you guys because if I wait much longer, it's not gonna be my initial anymore. It's gonna be like a million months in, and I wanted this video to be my initial thoughts, accessories, and just all about it. I went down and got fitted for a custom mold, and we were in a pretty big rush to do this too, because like I said, my insurance is running out. We have until September, because it's going to be very expensive. We wanted to be sure the insurance that I have, since they'll pay for it, that we get it before I lose it. And they put like this putty in your ear, and they like mold it to your ear. Parts of it is because of my anatomy of my ear, and then the other part of it is because I have very oily skin. If you've followed my skincare journey for a few years now, you know that I used to have Sahara Desert dry skin, but now I have oily skin, and I find it so interesting that your skin can change. Like, I didn't know that if you have dry skin, you can get oily skin, and vice versa. I used to only have dry skin. My skin never used to get the least bit oily, but now I have oily skin. I have combination skin, like parts of my face are dry and then as you can see, parts of it are very shiny. Even like my ear is like pretty, I guess oily, that sounds gross. Some people, there's a certain part of your ear that can get like pretty oily and mine does, I guess. So that's why she said it wasn't staying in. And so this material that they make this custom dome with, it stays in. I should receive it in 2 weeks. So I'll be making some kind of follow-up video. I'd like to do other videos with my hearing aid. If there's any other videos you guys would like to see about my hearing aid or just about life with a hearing aid, let me know. I really want to share this journey with you guys because I don't see many people talking about it on YouTube, and I know there's a lot more people wear hearing aids, I think, than we realize nowadays. It takes about 2 weeks for that to get sent in. I chose to get a clear dome clear mold because I could get different colors, but I wanted it to be clear so I could see, because there's like, you have to put something through this hole of the dome, like and I wanted to be able to see pretty clearly of like how to do it. I took this off, but she gave me this little, you can't even see it because it's so tiny and clear, but she gave me this little clear piece to attach in the dome. I took it out because it didn't help, but it goes like up and in to kind of hold it better, because sometimes that's all people need, but that didn't help for me. I started needing to push it in so many different times, or so many times throughout the day, that I have not been able to wear my hearing aid for several weeks, and I won't get the custom dome for a couple more weeks. Once I get that, I will share with you guys kind of an update how I'm doing with it. And so I'm kind of bummed that this video had to end off of kind of a sad note. I haven't been able to wear my hearing aid for several weeks because it just won't stay in for those variety of reasons. That's where I'm at right now, since it's been so long since I've been able to wear my hearing aid. When I get it back, it will seem like I'm getting it new all over again. But overall, it's been a huge gift, and I've enjoyed the short time that I've gotten to wear it. I'm not wearing it right now, obviously, but I've enjoyed the little time I've gotten, and I really just started to enjoy life more. Like, I know it sounds dramatic, but when you're not constantly saying what, like, it makes all the difference, and it's huge. Thank you to Oticon for making such amazing technology. I believe this is considered a pediatric hearing aid. I could be wrong. I think that's everything. Those are kind of my initial thoughts, how everything works. If there's anything I missed, let me know down in the comments below, because I'll be making a follow-up video showing you guys my new custom mold and kind of the new maintenance that I'll have with that. I'm really excited to share with you guys that, and I'm excited to share what I think of it and to start wearing it again, because I've been back in my quiet little world now. Again, I think that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting and informative. I hope this helps some of you that are planning on getting a hearing aid, gives you an idea of what to expect. Everybody's experiences are so different depending on the amount of hearing loss. Mine is significant, so it was a big thing for me. Oh, also on Instagram, I posted the day that I got my hearing aid, and Oticon reposted me on their Instagram, so yay, thanks Oticon. That was super cool. This video has been like one of my longest videos on YouTube. My longest one was the Osteogenesis Imperfecta Q&A though. Let me know if you'd like me to do a hearing aid Q&A. I feel like I pretty much answered everything, but maybe there's things I'm missing. I will catch you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for allowing me to share this joy, the gift of being able to hear again. Well, not right now because it won't stay in and I can't wear it at all. It was the joy of the week and a half that I had with it. But it's been about 3 weeks since I've been able to wear it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye guys. Let me know if I missed out or forgot to talk about anything related to this.